RhymeFest. What's good,
Yo,
brother?
man, chilling, bro. Can you see me good?
Oh yeah. You look good. Yep. I can
Uh,
hear you good. I can see you good.
all right, cool, man. Good to
Hey,
be here, Freddie, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
no, I appreciate you jumping on the platform, man. Seriously, the pleasure's all mine, brother. Thank you for being so persistent, so on time. You're a businessman. I can see that.
I'm,
Punctual is the word.
I'm, yo, you know what's crazy, bro? I'm really not a businessman. I have issues with capitalism so much that I have to work with myself about. And for real, bro, I'm a relationship guy. And as I came up in the rap world, after you left the battle circuit and got into the label type of thing, it was a
Mhm.
thing where everybody was trying, hey, this is business. This is how business go, business. And
Mhm.
that's why I didn't do well in the environment of record label because
Ah,
I, that ain't how I move, bro. I move village. I move
right,
community, relationships. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And yeah, I got this gift, but I'm not hoeing my gift. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
It's something like my gift delivers. Bro, I don't want to speak too much, but
No,
I
please continue.
I I wear, I don't know, so I wear this ring which is a spider. My whole thing about the spider is it spins a web. It don't even know how dope the web is. It's the strongest material on earth. And the spider spins it, shoots out this beautiful shape, and then sits and waits for life to come to it.
Mhm.
I was chasing shit all my life when I had a spider web. Bro, all I do is shoot out love, shoot out good vibes, shoot out some rhymes, shoot out, you know what I'm saying, a little whatever. And and I sit back, bro, and life come to me. And in that, I never feel like I'm working. And yeah,
Mm,
business. I always get
right.
business. You know what I'm saying? Business is
Circle
horrible.
right back to it. I love it. That's a great point, man. But yo, back to what you just said, and this is you said you're a relationship guy, and we've only known each other briefly, but I can tell that right off the bat. Right off
Yeah.
the bat, bro. You called me, you're like, listen, let's chop it up.
Mhm.
Let's get to know each other a little bit before we do this. And that right there is a key component to being a relationship guy. You wanted to build that with me first off before we
Yeah.
even did this. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
what are we giving to people? What are we putting out here, bro? Are we putting out here something just to keep people confused and tangled up and debating over shit that don't matter?
Right.
Or
Right.
are we putting something out here whereas me and you growing together in this conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and then other people grow just watching it? Bro, this conversation might be the only piece of spirituality somebody has in
Mm.
their whole week. You know what I'm
I,
saying? So let's do it. Let's prepare for that moment.
I love that. That's a great way to start it, man. So
Yeah.
let's jump in. I wanted to kind of backtrack a little bit for those, especially maybe some of your audience, maybe some of mine who are not really too familiar with um, how you got started. And then we can go fast forward a little bit. But I want to touch on when you first got your deal, right, with Mark Ronson.
Mm.
Just particularly like, how did that happen? Like, what were you doing before you got signed that made him aware of like, I got to sign this dude? Like, how did that come about?
So I'm glad you asked about that because a lot of people believe that my beginning was with good music when it was not. It was with Mark Ronson, who produces Bruno Mars now, right? And
Right.
and also produced Amy Winehouse. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Kanye and I were coming up in the same crew, and I met a DJ by the name of Indiana Jones. He recently passed away. But this DJ, took me under his wing and was like, "Yo, I know this guy named Mark Ronson. Let me put you." Mark heard me rhyme. Mark was like, "Yo, I gotta have this kid from Chicago." So Mark brought me to New York, and that was the first time I ever spent time in New York recording records and refining my raps into making songs. Like Mark was like, okay, you're a good rapper. Let me show you song structure. Let me show you, I mean, a Jewish guy, bro. A Jewish guy from London. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
who grew up learning under the Masters because his father was in a group called Foreigner, massive rock group. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he showed me, like, he took me on tour with Justin Timberlake and Sean Paul and all this time while I'm learning under Mark Ronson how to be a full artist. Kanye is blowing up. College Dropout is, you know, doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
I'm still cool. And I realized, you know, about hip hop and about being signed to Mark Ronson.
Like
This is
when
not
when you
money, bro. This is
what was
something.
that?
This ain't something you do for money.
Mm. Talk to them, because there's gonna
Yo,
be people listening to this who are trying to come up in the rap game, right? Or trying to come up in the music industry that need to know these things. So please, it's not about the money. Proceed.
no, it's about education and educating yourself. Like, you know, a lot of people think educating yourself so you can make money. It's about educating yourself so you can become whole again, because hip hop is a portal toward how to get ourselves out of poverty. Hip hop, I mean, and when I say poverty, I mean the way we think. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
because hip hop allows you to travel the world. Hip
Mm-hmm.
hop allows you to with people from different hoods with different perspectives. Bro, hip hop is the only language in history that is spread as fast and as far as it has around the world. No other language in history. Bro, if I go to Iraq right now, Jazzy Jeff took me around the world 5 times. I saw it time after time. If I go to Iraq right now, they know 18th century Hafiz poetry because they're into that. They're into poetry. Now, I don't know Hafiz, but they also know Jay-Z. They also know 50. You know what I'm saying? Bro,
Crazy.
when I go to Colombia, you might not speak Spanish, but when they rhyming, you know what they rhyming about, what side of things they on, what kind of groove. You could jump in and do it in English, and now you got a brother for life because y'all are speaking a language that is an alien language called hip hop. This shit is like Wakandan text. It told us how to dress. It told us how to it taught us how to be. It gave us our bullshit. And it gave us our gifts. It like, yo, and like now I see that hip hop is the body that it used to be jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the spirit of the spirit of it's the spirit that embodied jazz, and then it left jazz, and jazz is an antiquity now. And now that spirit has entered a new body called hip hop. And that body of hip hop, right? That for Black Americans, for Latinos, for all people of all cultures, that is our country. Our country is our culture. And like you we are supposed to invest in the culture, gain currency, and then leverage it for resources from other places to invest
Mm-hmm.
back in the culture. So like
Mm.
some people call business, I look at it like we dealing with ancestors, we dealing with like word wizards, we dealing with what KRS-One say, be careful of your verbal magic because you will attract it. Like,
Right.
you know,
Right.
Mac Miller last album cover was his casket. I can't judge, man. I can only imagine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just
Right.
like we have to like know that we're dealing with forces bigger than surface level desires, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I look at hip hop as my country. My culture is my country. I've gained currency from it because I've invested in it and I leverage it for resources. That's just
Right.
what I do as an artist.
Wow. Talking about that, right? The kind of accolades that you've gained in hip hop culture. I've watched quite a few interviews, right, bro? And most people would be hello would
Hey,
be
this
amazingly. What's the cat's name?
Toonses.
Toonses?
Toonses the driving cat. Go ahead. Most
Yo,
people.
like no, like basically what I'm saying is that you have a Grammy for Jesus Walks. You got a Grammy for uh uh Glory, right? And I saw these interviews and you're like, yo, it's not even about that. You're like, the awards are cool, but for you, the importance is family. That outshines everything. Speak about what you mean for that, because most people are like, my God, I made it. I got the Grammy. I'm good. And they hold on to that almost like a false idol, right?
That's
Speak.
horrible.
It's
That would be
crazy.
horrible.
It's crazy.
No, bro, on the real, like, I remember one time I was having dinner with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan,
Mm-hmm.
and said, Mr. RhymeFest, I heard you have an Oscar. And I said, yes. He said, what'd you get that for? I said, oh, I wrote the song Glory. He said, yeah, that's dead. He interrupted me and said, that's dead. I said, excuse me, minister? He said, what you did yesterday are ashes that you can't lean on today. What are you doing today? What are you doing tomorrow? Because things that happened in the past, bro, that shit is a ghost. And it's trauma associated with it. It's bad relationships. It's all types of shit to even get to there. The real impact was the journey, not the destination. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
so I have to, like, whenever I reach a destination, I push Alt Control Delete. Alt Control Delete. It's the only way you can empty your cup.
Right. Right.
Now I can
Wow.
tell you about things that visions I have of what would be a past, but I'm so far removed, bro. That's why when I
Right.
saw the thing about the battle, I was like, battle, KT, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we
So
think
you you
so much
you you, you
about the past, bro, but I got such a vision of the future. But no, what was you saying?
no, that's what I'm saying. Like you probably do kind of remember it, but not really because you've been mentally trained to kind of distance yourself from the past, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I distanced myself. And if it wasn't something that was impactful, then
Mm-hmm.
I may not
Mm-hmm.
remember. You know what I'm saying?
Of course,
Like,
man. Nah, for sure. I
and when
got you.
I mean just really experiential. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, right.
yeah.
Yo, that's
I
crazy.
don't even remember
KT
battling.
just jumped in right now.
Hmm?
KT just jumped in the comments, right? I mean the chat right now too, as we were just talking about it.
Yeah, what you say?
He didn't say nothing yet, but salute to KT. I see you in there.
I love. Salute. And we spoke. Me and KT spoke about it, so it's all love.
Word. Yo, let's kind of derail a little bit to the side. In my father's house. Crazy.
Mm.
Let me set it up, man. You did a documentary about trying to find your father who was never in your life. Like as a young child, you never knew your dad, and you took the opportunity to go and try to find him, thinking that he just bounced out of your life, maybe because I don't know some situation. But come to find out, he was homeless for like 30 years,
Oh,
dude.
snap. Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like,
That's
tell
crazy.
people about that, man. It gives me chills, bro. Like, crazy, man. Tell people about that journey. Tell people about the doc. Like, they need to watch it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something first that a shaman told me in Peru. He said there's a theory among some people that we choose our parents. before we get here, because we want to teach a lesson to two people who would have probably never have come together, like if it wasn't for you. And so there's a lesson in it that's going to heal. And the shaman said to me, if you believe in this, you have the power to cure curses in your family 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you.
Oh, powerful.
If you look at yourself as coming here on purpose to these people, no matter what the situation is, you can grow it, you know? And so with my situation, I remember as a kid, my mother would ride me past a house and be like, your dad grew up in that house. And I always would be like, in my mind, I devoted myself to, I'm going to buy that house. I'm going to get my inheritance. Like, I don't know why. And when I got to the point where I could do it and I got in the house, I wasn't comfortable.
The Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
you good? It's leveled up?
Nah, it was something that came up that said some fraudulent, somebody tried to log in on my account, and then I had to change my password, so we good now. But what were we speaking about, bro?
You were talking about that that when
My
you bought his house, you didn't have that energy when you were in there.
Yeah, the energy of the house, bro, was like spirits that were foreign, and I wasn't comfortable with my family. And I was like, yo, I got to find my father to tell me about this home. And I went out, took my phone to, find my father and kind of document it, but for my children, because I wanted to show my children what forgiveness looked like. You know what I'm saying? And I sent the footage to one of my homies, and he said, yo, I know this this documentary crew that might be interested. He sent them the footage. They were like, yo, we're coming next week. It became a Showtime movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I realized from that, I wasn't trying to make a documentary to put on Showtime. I was healing my family, and boom, the spider web worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but even finding my father, like, I realized, bro, as children, Freddie, we always talk about what our parents didn't do or how bad we had it or whatever, and we never really think about how far they came from where they came from, for what happened to them, and how good they did from where they came from with us. Children are very selfish and self-righteous. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought about, bro, my father, I thought, yo, I need to get him an apartment. I need to, this is what he want. I got to do this. He got to be normal like me. My father was homeless for 35 years. He got an apartment and lived in it like a homeless person.
Wow.
I took him from his habitat. I stole him from his environment.
Wow.
For love, he left his community for me. Oh, man. And then I got mad at him because he was drinking. Think about how selfish we are as children, bro.
Right.
I had to learn divine forgiveness, unconditional love. I had to learn, like, if the family ain't right, like to be an example to my daughter that, man, no matter how I come or how you come, we're going to share something. You know what I'm saying? Like, something divine.
Right.
And I learned working with my father, bro. Like right now, the room that I'm in the basement is where my father used to sneak my mother in and where I was conceived.
Wow. Wow.
I'm in the womb room.
The womb. That's crazy, man. How's your dad doing, though? He's good?
My father is doing great, man. We got him in a nice facility, you know what I'm saying? He has his Social Security check now, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And he can spend his money and live kind of how he wants to live. We play chess together. And for the first time in my 30s, bro, I saw my mama and my father walk to the door and smile and ring the doorbell together. And, I ain't never saw that growing up. And, I realize now I can look at rappers and I know what's up. I know what's
Mm-hmm.
up in your life. I know what you're missing, little bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what you need. I know why
Yep.
you at it like that. I look at grown men, bro, with the way they treat their wives, and I'm like, oh, I know what you're missing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
I can see things so clearly now because that act of loving, forgiving, and bringing my father out of a hole, bro, I feel like God just was like, all right, here, the world is yours now. The way my daughter look at me, bro, is with a whole different kind of love in her eye.
Wow. That's an
You
amazing. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it made you almost, it just kind of elevated you as a father to your kids, having
And
that opportunity.
children, bro, my mama look at me different. And that's why I tell young guys, I'll be like, man, if you just be the example of a man, if you just lead, stop waiting on people to agree with you or see what you're saying. Ain't nobody gonna understand. All you
Right.
gotta do is lead. Trust me, they gonna follow.
Right.
But we want people to see our point before we move family forward.
Right.
Oh no, but don't work like that.
Right. Yo, speaking about buying houses, you told me that you were gonna buy Kanye's old childhood home. Is that something you
Mm.
did or you're doing?
That was something that I had done.
Okay.
And then me and bro talked, and he that's his birthright. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that we saved it from the city's bulldozer. Man, it had the X on it. It was getting ready to be demolished. Let me tell you something that I believe, Freddie, about death and resurrection.
Please.
Nothing Nothing is anything that is dead can be resurrected. It is only when something that has ascended that it has moved on. So, for instance, the house was totally dead, but the city bulldozer hadn't hit it, so it hadn't ascended.
Mm.
Resurrect the dead. All I need is a corpse. And so,
I love that.
so we took the corpse, man, and Kanye is refurbishing it, rebuilding it, and we're looking at it being a hip hop museum that
Amazing.
honors the legacy of his mom, Dr. Donda West, and all of the young people that she's mentored, including myself, GLC, everybody, man. Really though, Mickey Halstead, Kanye, everybody came through Dr. Donda West that people know in Chicago, and so like, we're working on that.
That's amazing, man. That's going to be great for not only the city of Chicago but the culture because we're talking about the culture, right?
I
So,
think that's what I said when I say like hip hop, like that magical spirit that was in jazz, that was in blues, that now embodies hip hop.
mhm.
The body is also getting older. The body of hip hop. And I
Mhm.
believe that we must now begin to collect the antiquities of that body so that when that body passes away, the story of hip hop is belongs to the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't
Right,
belong to the and so
right,
right now we should begin curating hip hop artifacts.
100%. Speaking of hip hop, your pen game is strong. There's no denying that, right?
Uh,
I I heard rumors of a super group, man. Black Thought, you and Fonte.
yeah. We did
What's
a
up with
couple.
that?
And we did a couple joints together. It's I got a project coming out. It really wasn't a group. It's a project that I'm working on called Love Lessons that's coming with a book. And the book is about touring with Jazzy Jeff and relationship with me and Common and and me and Ye and me and then how in the midst of making this album, and meeting Black Thought for the first time, and Black Thought, just like when I met him, the first
Yo,
thing he
he's
was like,
let
yo, man,
hold on. No disrespect. I'm sorry to cut you off. He's a monster. He's a beast with
yeah,
the rhymes.
yeah, yes. Hey, bro, his name is Black Thought. Think about how deep a Black Thought goes. I mean, dark matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's God on the mic, bro. Like,
Crazy.
but yeah, so the you know, when I met Black Thought, the first thing he said is, "Why we known each other so long and ain't did no songs together?" And I was like, "Oh, I am no one, bro. I am no one." And so I just sent him a couple beats, and he just sent them back, and like murder, bro. It was really healthy for me. I mean, I got to ask him all the dope questions. I said, "Hey," I said, "Bro, how do you write raps so good? Like, why? How? Like, give me the, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are you at in your mind?" And he said, "If I told you, you wouldn't believe me." And I said, "I would try." And he said, "I take naps." I said, "You what?" He said, "Take naps, bro. When you take a nap and you wake up and you in between this realm and dream realm, right until you're tired."
Mind blown.
Take naps, nigga.
What? Everybody's taking naps after this. Get your
When
pen game strong.
I speak to Black Thought, when I speak to Master Ace, it's like talking to wizards, bro, like word wizards. Like, you know, when you write a rhyme, you're spelling. When you spit it, you're casting a spell. I'm talking to people who know how to cast spells, bro.
Right. Right. Crazy, man. Oh
It,
my goodness.
bro. Talking to, if you know how to ask the right questions, it's alchemy.
Right. Right.
We
Turn
manifest.
anything to gold.
Bro, we're taking something out of a nether realm and manifesting it with a vision, bro, that rhymes over a drum. If anybody ever repeats that, it then becomes manifest.
Right. Woo. Dude, this interview
All it
is
needs is the crowd to chant it and repeat it. It is then
listen,
real. Out of nowhere.
listen. Yo, RhymeFest, bro. You're getting deep, dude. This is a great interview. This is
Yo.
amazing. So much knowledge darts getting thrown right now.
Oh,
Oh
bro. It's just
my.
I talk. Trust me, you'll hate me in about 3 days if we, because this is all I do.
No, this is dope. This is dope, man. I'm listen. First and foremost, I'm a fan of stories. I'm a fan of knowledge. I like to retain it. So by you telling me these stories and you talking like this, I'm loving it. I'm in. This is why I do this, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, we only got a couple more minutes, but do you want to talk about the film, The Public, or you want to sidetrack somewhere else?
Man, I just wanna, man, just talk about whatever. What your people want to talk about? Like whatever, bro. We free.
Yeah, nah. I mean, if you guys got
Whatever.
any, yeah, if anybody has questions in the comments, please put them in. I mean, for me, like, I remember you from Blue Collar, from the album. Great album, great album, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and I was saying to you off the before we did this, like, I learned so much about you now because we're talking about the past. I known about you from the past, but I didn't know about the future stuff you were doing. And I was like, yo, this dude's really still killing it with the acting, with so involved in the community.
But
You
you know,
know,
bro, bro, it's just like what I said about discovering my father, going on that journey, and then it ended up on Showtime. You know, from that, going on that journey with my father, Emilio Estevez and Martin Sheen were sitting down with the family watching In My Father's House on Showtime. And Emilio Estevez's mom was like, "You should put him in your new movie." And then he called me like, "Hey, you want to be in my new movie, The Public, with Gabrielle Union and Alec Baldwin and Christian Slater and Michael K. Williams?" And I said, "Only if you let me do some music, because I'm doing music right now." And he was like, "Okay, sure." And that was the perfect time for me and Black Thought to get together and do something that mattered on a film instead of just writing rhymes. Like, so look at how that works. When you work on your family and on your spirit and on yourself, opportunity comes for you. Like, we don't have to chase business. If you're a real artist, you're communicating with spirits. Whatever you say is coming to look for you.
The universe is tapping in. Oh
Yeah,
my
bro.
goodness, man. Let me see a couple questions here. It says, okay, one is so tomorrow I have another episode with a rapper named G Eyes. He's from Cambridge, Massachusetts. And G Eyes is on the come up right now. People are saying for you to check out his music. I'll definitely send you his
Okay.
album. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely nice. And then it says here, Che, if you could speak to your younger self, what would you tell that human being?
I say, no matter cotton gin, television, or computer, people gonna get exploited from the past to the future. Muhammad was a prophet, Mansa Musa was a ruler, Jesus Christ was the king, and Jacob was his jeweler. I don't know why I get deja vus of Cuba, watching Havana burn in my beret with a Ruger. I dreamt I was a first-person shooter in a country where the president was Lex Luthor, trying to prevent your man from being super. I'm Joe Exotic with a dozen cougars, walking with Panthers while I'm wearing Pumas. And hip-hop, I was a late bloomer. I couldn't think like a consumer that wanted goons, coons, and cartoons. I'm trying to study alchemist theories and dark moons. My soul just explode with the words in my heart bloom. The ego, money, and shit blew it apart. Boom! Pick up the pieces, let's resume. The earth is rich, but we got banks to keep our wealth in. Only species make gas chambers to put ourselves in. Pack ships with slaves shelved in, that was held in. Prophet said the end was near. We couldn't tell when. Hard heads caught it in a tail end. Prophecy land for a tailspin. Fairy tales end. Fast forward through corruption, famine, and war or pandemic. We are the virus we've been waiting for.
Ooh, let's go. Put those fire emojis up, man. Come on. Ooh wee.
I think,
Would you say
bro,
that line? The tail spin line? What was that one?
I don't even know what the fuck I said, bro. Hard
That
heads
shit.
caught it in the tail end. Hard heads catch it in the tail end. Conspiracy theories for a tailspin. Fairy tales end. Something like that.
Crazy, man. Come on, man. Legendary stuff, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Love, bro.
Yo,
Thank you so
that's
much.
that's that's the time, man. Listen, on the low theory, we keep it short and concise. I think we hit a lot of people with some wonderful knowledge and positivity. If you ever want to get on a part two, holla at me, man. I would love to have you back on, brother.
This next joint out, I'm coming back.
Let's do it, man. Yo,
All right.
Chad, be good, brother. Good seeing you.
You too, bro. Love.
Peace.